our ambience level at? Alright. Mic check.
Whoa!
Mic check 1 2.
I can see you.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's try this again. Greetings, my dear adventurers. It is I, Jeb the Boxsmith. Welcome to another stream. Today we are doing something a little bit special. We are being joined by a friend of mine. You can probably hear him if Discord is working properly.
Yo!
Say hello to Saint Farslash.
Yay, it's me. Hello. Woohoo! Hooray!
Yes. Yeah. Alrighty, let's adjust volume, because you're a wee bit loud on my end. Try saying something now, Saint.
Okay, all good?
Should be.
Quality. Okay.
Yeah, and y'all in the chat, if anything in the audio needs adjusting, the music, my voice, Saint, just let me know and I'll have that adjusted, everything like that.
I can see like I can hear you, and then I see the like you speak on the stream. Like there's a slight delay on the video.
That makes perfect sense.
And it's yeah.
That's
it's,
how.
It's a whole new level of like uncanny valley to like to see it and hear it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'd like to say you get used to it, but I would be a liar. So yeah.
You get used to anything, trust me.
Alrighty. So, the agenda for today. Today,
The agenda.
if you have seen my community post from a few days ago, nights ago, some time ago, I made this baby beauty, the old Wado Ichimonji, and I finally said I would do something I never said I'd do before, and I painted a sword.
Hell
and
yeah.
As much as I hate to admit, it looks phenomenal. So, with that being the case, we are now going to make the sheath for this very sword, and that will be our objective for today. And if we have time, we'll also paint it. But if we don't have time, I'll paint it on my own time, and it'll all be whatever. It'll be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
It gets painted either way.
Hoorah! So, grab your cardboard, grab your various beverages. I've got water inside this community large drinking flask. I've got some gummy bears. Gonna grab some snacks. We're gonna have a fun time here. Paint that's there for when I need to paint, and we're gonna go ahead.
I got a loaf of bread and cinnamon toast crunch. I feel like that's
amazing.
adequate preparation.
Amazing. Bread. Great. We love it. Fantastic. Alrighty, so I've already gone ahead and cut out the pieces that we're going to be using, so if you follow me, everyone, to the table here. When fully assembled, these remaining pieces of my template, this is my template, as you can see here. Rough instruction. Funny story. One of the reasons I've started doing this again is because I've been made aware that my templates are better than nothing, but leave much to be desired, which I fully agree with. And rather than go through the trouble of learning graphic design to a level greater than what I really feel like, I decided to play to my strengths and instead just record the entire process of me making it and then putting those into digestible, more easier to understand videos. So that is our objective today primarily.
That's actually a great workaround. Instead of having to learn new skills, you just apply skills you already have in a whole new direction to get the same result.
That's exactly right. Okie dokie. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and begin. Now, if you have this template, most of my katana templates are very similar in structure, and that's by design. My design philosophy being, if you are able to make one of my cardboard swords, in theory you should be able to make all of them. Whether it's Wado Ichimonji, Enma, Yamato, or any other katana thing I make in the future. I'm looking at possibly doing one of Tanjiro's katanas or one of the other characters from Demon Slayer, since that's coming back soon. So yeah. Ooh. To start out,
also to answer Kenzie's question, it's a Chicago Italian bread. I don't know why it's called that, but
fascinating.
Yeah, that's what the label says.
Fascinating. Chicago Italian bread. Don't think I've ever heard of that. Is it any good?
It tastes it's seasoned like sourdough, but the insides are closer to like a white baguette, and it's very fat. Like it's wider than it is long. It doesn't it describing it it doesn't sound great, but I'm telling you it's really good. Like
Alrighty, so
fancy bread. It's not fancy bread. This cost me like $3, I think.
alrighty, so I just removed the what do you call it? Shipping label so I don't accidentally dox myself. Speaking of doxing, Saint, why don't you tell them a little about yourself while I get this cardboard done here. Saint and I were battle buddies back in the God Valley incident, so we go way back. But tell them a little about yourself.
Yeah. Well, for doxing ourselves, the 3 digits on the back of my credit card are 321. Yeah, for real. And my social security number is 8.
8.
I play fighting games.
Dog, you're ancient.
No, just 8.
Ancient.
I'm not ancient, but
your
I know
social security is
guy.
8. You either are ancient or you robbed someone who's ancient. And in that case, may the gods have mercy on your wretched soul.
Nah. I can't confirm or deny how I came across my, my paraphernalia. But I got connections.
Cool.
Maybe not legal ones, but I got connections.
Cool. And
But,
for legal deniability, I will not ask any further questions.
That's so real.
About the connections. Alrighty, let me just slide this little right.
I'm at our blacksmith here playing fighting games at a local tournament, and at one point, I think the first thing I saw of yours that you made was on Halloween. You had the full like suit of armor.
Yes.
And that goddamn Thunder Seal from Guilty Gear.
I did bring the Thunder Seal, didn't I? Yes.
It's peak.
Thank you.
Absolutely magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little after that, we had an award show, and you had the Yamato and the Rebellion.
That's right.
I was like, oh, okay. Oh my god. Which actually, now I'm thinking about it. Damn, you gotta paint. You got. If you're gonna paint them, you gotta paint the Rebellion.
I do have to paint the Rebellion. Yeah.
Very fun mix of colors.
One thing at a time. So to show you all what I'm doing right now, and to answer the question of what I'm making, since Midnight is new here. See this Midnight? This is the Wado Ichimonji from One Piece. I made it out of cardboard and then painted it, which is something I said I'd never do. The painting part. The making out of cardboard is all I do. And now we're making the sheath, and probably painting it too. To put these template pieces together, these are part of my template as I've mentioned. I'm using electrical tape. Electrical tape isn't particularly great or not great at this. I find it pretty useful. There are other tapes you could use. Pretty much any tape you can get your hand on that's convenient will work just fine for putting these template pieces together. So I'm just taping it along the lines after I cut it out from when it was on paper. And yeah, we're big chillin'. So I mentioned in the past that the reason I'm so lax with streaming is that I have crippling digital stage fright. I'm not entirely sure why or how, but Saint is here effectively as my emotional support buddy here. You know how in captivity cheetahs are often paired with golden retrievers so that they don't fucking die.
Insane example.
Saint is my aforementioned golden retriever here today. So with him helping co-pilot this stream, we should be able to actually get through this today. So that's gonna be fun. All right, we've got this thing here.
Oh yeah.
That's good for right now. These pieces, we're probably gonna leave them on here when we eventually put them onto the thingamajiggy. So, next step that we're gonna want to do is gonna want to see what I put my glue stick. Ah, here we go. Glue stick. I like using these I like using these Elmer's Craft Bond glue sticks. It's more of an ow of, surprised at actual
Yeah.
pain. Yeah. These,
Yeah, no, you had an impact, and you're just like, I gotta say it. You don't know why, but it happens.
Yep, exactly right. So, standard issue glue stick here. We're gonna just take this thing, flip it over, and just apply just a nice little glob of glue. Personally, I like to do a lot of glue here. Not a lot, but that much a lot. So I know for a fact it's going to stick onto the thing, but if it sticks on too much, the template will almost certainly tear when you try to take it off, which isn't a big deal to me because I'm confident that I can use the piece that I cut out as the template once I already have the first piece cut out. That, and with my templates, I always include each individual piece front and back, so even if you tear the first piece of a template, you always have at least one spare. So, that being said, we're gonna sit here and wait for that to dry.
Redundancy.
Exactly. We're wait for that to dry. We're gonna get these pieces here.
My favorite game is Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2. Play it, it's amazing. Good for your heart.
So I'm told.
That's my favorite fighting game.
So I'm told. Saint will tell you, and another friend of mine will also tell you that I'm told that these games are great and they exist. Do I have any intention of playing them? Probably not. Why is that? Because I like being a rebellious contrarian, especially when it makes my friends mad.
We'll put the game on. We'll put the game on in front of them. We'll play it, and we'll hand them a controller. He'll go, nah.
I have to fucking time it to a chair, Clockwork Orange style. Have my eyes peeled open.
We're gonna crack them though. We're gonna every time it takes him a little longer to be like, nah. We're gonna. One day we might get him to hold the controller.
You did get me to try.
Big milestone.
You did get me to try Marvel vs. Capcom 2, didn't you?
Which is also peak. Phenomenal. Yeah.
So I'm told.
You played it. Now you know.
I watched you play it.
You ran a couple games.
I'm
Granted, you got steamrolled a little bit, but
multiverse theory is a bitch, dog. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no recollection of actually playing the games. Alrighty, so that's good there. That's good there. Now comes the fun part. We can cut it out. My personal carry when it comes to cutting things out, it's a pretty standard craft knife, box knife like this one. This one's got black blades because I infused it with my hockey. Makes it extra sharp and stuff like that. But we're just gonna go ahead and cut it out along the line. The beauty of cardboard art, in my opinion, is that you don't need to be absurdly precise. You can be about as precise as you really want and wish to. Me personally, I'm of the school of thought of mediocrities, which is it's good enough. Good enough is good enough.
I feel like with that philosophy, you shouldn't refer to it as mediocrity. It's got too negative a connotation there.
Maybe
good enough is good enough is actually a pretty dominant school of thought in a lot of different art mediums. They'll usually but a lot of obviously they refer to it as different things, but it's almost always seen as a very positive attitude, especially for those who create things that are more complex. So like stuff like with just in a three-dimensional environment like cardboard box art.
See, I don't disagree with you, Saints, but the thing I'm referencing here is this sick bookmark I got from a mutual friend, from a friend who makes stuff. Good enough. Mediocrities. Play on words of Socrates. It's beautiful.
Fair enough.
I have a friend who laser cuts stuff, and he gave that to me. That's my bookmark.
Hell yeah.
There's a learning curve with. There's a learning curve with cutting this stuff out with a big ass compressor microphone in front of you. I want to like not knock into it and like give you guys like infinite bass and stuff like that.
It's part of the experience. It's for the experience.
There you go. It ain't a stream unless it's at least a tad bit scuffed. I'm gonna move.
That's the
out of
humanity
the way,
in it, Like you're not one of these clean corporate streamers.
That's true.
Trying to advertise us the next entry from Riot Games. This is real. This is real art. Real human beings.
You give me too much credit. I would
No AI
almost
was used in
certainly.
the making of this cardboard.
You give me too much credit, saying I would almost certainly sell out to Riot Games if they offered me enough money.
I mean, have you seen
I ain't gonna
how
hold
much they pay those guys?
Precisely.
Like, bro.
Precisely.
But this is how you get there, or at least get the offer and then turn it down if you have money / integrity at that point.
Precisely. Got no morals, no sympathy. I live for this. Nothing in my.
Listen, if you get more money, you can. I mean, that also means you can get more cardboard.
Exactly.
And really, what else matters?
Exactly. See, you get it. Alright, we're just about done cutting this piece out here. Just gotta go over a few lines I already made, I think. It's kind of hard to see. I turn on another light, but that would really mess up the aesthetic that I'm going for here with how the light balances here. If I turn this, if I turn this on, it doesn't look nearly as nice. This is more balanced. Sacrifices must be made for the aesthetic. This is good enough. I used to make stuff in nearly the darkness before I learned how valuable it is to actually have a light source nearby. But that was ages ago. I've since learned better. Don't think about that too hard.
How long ago? Because that the amount of time definitely makes a difference on.
Shoot. When was Bush president?
Jesus Christ.
No. In seriousness, give or take 10-ish years ago.
Okay. Yeah, you're basically a baby back then. No one knew anything.
Right. We all start somewhere. We all have beginnings.
Exactly. I still don't know anything.
Yep. Alright, we're gonna take this and move this to the side for just a second while I cut out these smaller pieces here. Now, we're cutting out these smaller pieces like this one. Where is it? Ah, here we go. I put it over here. ADHD moment. For smaller pieces like this, I'm quite fond of using these little X-Acto knife kind of things. This one I have not coated with my hockey. It's just normal knife. But it's still very sharp and good enough for the purposes we have here. So, we're just gonna go ahead and...
Yeah, that's actually the same kind we use for assembling miniatures.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yes, very good utility.
Now I'm thinking about it. A lot of this stuff is actually like the board and everything.
Yeah, the more I've gone into this as a career path, the more I've learned that while the dialects are the same, all artists speak roughly the same language. Or rather, there is enough overlap in every different art principle that two artists of completely different mediums can find common ground in similar strategies and something. Case in point, I got a tattoo a few months ago, and my tattoo artist's process for sculpting out how the tattoo is going to look on my arm is very similar to my process for how I make templates or draw stuff out before I start cutting it in cardboard. Well, instead of cutting cardboard, it was inking my skin.
If you think about it, like outlining a tattoo is essentially making a template of it.
Yeah. It was very fascinating. That, and when I get my hair cut and my barber uses the razor to line me up, is the closest I ever feel to the cardboard I craft.
That's real as hell, actually. Oh my god.
Yeah. There's another one down. Oh, this guy wanted to move a little bit.
Hello, Diane8 Mike. Kaiju has wants to do a collab. Cool. Diane8 Mike.
If I want, what I do with making a send social video with you.
Any tips on making a helmet base?
Neat. Kaiju Hazard. Kaiju Hazard. If you're in the Discord server, there's a link to it. Someone's got a link to the Discord server. I'll message you after the stream or something like that. I do collabs with people. I give you my
right now.
Actually, better yet, I think I have my business email in the about page of my YouTube channel. If that's easier for you. Hope to hear from you.
Oh yeah.
Now, here's something that you learn when you're getting better at this whole craftswork thing. There's the correct way to do things, and then there's the way that you actually do things. See, the correct way to cut cardboard and stuff, or just anything of this nature, is you want to make shallow, repetitive strokes that progressively get deeper into the cardboard until you've passed all the way through. And this is the way that you... Yes, it's more precise, it gets better results, and it's more consistent. It's also very slow, and eventually you get either competent enough or arrogant enough that you start seeking faster ways for the sake of efficiency and or laziness. You learn that
drawing just on paper is actually almost exactly the same.
Is that right?
Where you have art school where it's advised that you learn by doing sketching before drawing, because you get to essentially do that. You make a bunch of a bunch of less accurate lines along one in the same direction, or same curve or whatever, and then you make them all very, what's the word, fine? Yeah, you make them very fine, very light, and then you just thicken it once you got into the proper line that you want to have. Then all you do is erase just in that general area. All the mistakes kind of disappear, and all you're left with is that one fine line. Cutting through the cardboard, as you're describing it, is essentially doing that process, but in reverse, almost.
Interesting. Never
Another
thought
example
of it.
of applying the same principles across different art disciplines.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. How about that?
I've been trying to learn how to draw recently, so I've been getting all about just having a lot of this stuff in my mind.
Yeah, that makes sense. That should be just about good. Just about. Yeah. Now, I could stand to make it clearer on my templates. If, it's very possible that this was a template I made early enough that I probably did double check this, but some of these pieces aren't to be duplicated. This is not one of those pieces. This you do duplicate. You do make a second one of. Duplicate. I said duplicate. I'm still invincible brained from earlier this year. Still got all the brain right in my fucking head. Where is Omni-Man? Where is he?
Poor mortal.
Mm-hmm. He's like Worf, but even sorrier. Or I guess just sorry. I don't know. I don't know enough about Star Trek to know if calling Worf sorry is blasphemy, or if it's just he's cool. He's just Worfed, as the saying is.
I actually don't know anything about Star Trek. I never got into that.
Neat. Well, if you don't know what I'm talking, do you know what I'm talking about, Worf?
Not really. I'm real. All
right, sure. So, basically, Worf, if I'm saying his name correctly, is a character in Star Trek. Again, this is from the perspective of someone who knows very little about Star Trek, only what I do through nerd osmosis and overly sarcastic productions. Shout out to them.
Hey, those guys.
Yeah, they're great. But Worf is a character in Star Trek who's like the token muscle of the group. He is the strong guy, and eventually, later on in the series, it started off just like a one-off thing, like with the Wrath of Khan, I think it was, where if they had introduced a character who's just absurdly strong and far a greater threat than anything that the crew faced, they'd have them immediately single out and beat the shit out of Worf, who is, their strongest pound-for-pound guy. So that's how you know immediately, oh, this antagonist is a threat. They just beat up Worf. But they kept doing it over and over again as the series progressed, so... instead of being
he just loses every fight.
Exactly.
He's Vegeta. Also, yeah, Dynamite is asking you about making a helmet base out of cardboard. He wants to do the Chainsaw Man transformation mask.
Sorry, I was still zoned out thinking how you just Worf is Vegeta. I was still on that. That's
yeah.
Huh.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you are. Wow, how about that? Okay, mask out of cardboard. Yes, that is a fantastic idea. I should try doing that. I have the Crusader helmet that I've made, and that's a pretty decent template for a mask kind of thing, but I understand that's not very much the shape that you're looking for. Denji's helmet in Chainsaw Man form is a lot more round and humanoid head shaped, and that's something I'm still trying to iron out the kinks of how to do in a way that's, you know, easy to follow along. It isn't just my archaic process that's like super gluing 4 or 5 different chaotic different pieces together or something like that. Alrighty, so where were we?
I'm not an expert, but I've seen a lot of cosplays, a lot of events, and a lot of actually specifically Denji's helmet cosplays. If you're trying to do a base, what I see the most often is you making stuff out of similar materials with varying levels of like you know, just strength and density, and then putting them together in a way that will hold hold the most weight. Because obviously, if you're doing Denji's helmet, you're gonna make it at least 2 to 3 separate pieces. You know, for your own comfort, if you're gonna wear that all the time, and then all you want to do is have that base piece be like 60% ish. You know, something a little bit stronger than what you'll make. You know, a little stronger, a little heavier, what you make the rest of the helmet out of, and then just build the rest of it with that, like with those measurements as your template. Again, I could be off, but yes, that's.
Or to put that in cardboard terms, you'd want to Oh, hello.
Yeah, what's a similar material that is stronger and heavier?
Sure. In cardboard terms, what we typically do is use some material to act as a spine, something that gives it the majority of its durability, so that cardboard takes a secondary role of being more support and artistic flair. Similar to how concrete is made. You know, you have the metal pipes that are inside of concrete, and the concrete is poured over and hardens. The concrete on itself, the rebar. Thank you. Yeah. In that case, for our helmet, I think a decent material to use for something like that would be metal wire. It's relatively easy to acquire. It's a tad bit difficult to adhere to cardboard because the way the materials work, they aren't very easily compatible, things like that. But in the event of making like a wire helmet-ish, and then either putting cardboard or paper mache, molding that on top of it, again using our concrete metaphor like once more, that could work something like that. That's something I'll investigate on my own time. That's something that's definitely worth looking into and considering.
What kind of metal would the wire be?
Oh, it's just standard metal wire. That's literally what it is. It's no, literally just metal wire. There's metal wire that you can buy at like I've seen it at Walmart and stuff. And you use that and make it with that or something along the lines of that. Alrighty, so we've got these pieces, and now they're on this cardboard here. Excuse me. So now I'm going to do here is duplicate all of these pieces. Duplicate all of these pieces here, because a sheath is made of, you know, 2 sides of this thing. Everything you see me do here is more or less one side and then the other side. So you see this here, there's on the template for this, there's an entire second one of each of these pieces. Partially so it's easier if you accidentally tear one, partially also because it's easier to, it makes things easier. Cool. So, ideally, I can just take these off without tearing it. Just like that. How about that? You see, that's pretty good. That doesn't happen usually. Typically, I want to see if this is an example here. Typically, oh, nope, that's another one. Cool. Wonderful. This is great news, actually. This is the ideal situation, where the glue adheres just enough that it holds it in place, but it also lets go of it without tearing anything. So you can salvage these templates as we're about to later. Very useful. Cool. Cool. Wonderful. Oh, that goes there. You go here. Neat. So if that's the case, we're going to put these to the side over here. Biddly boop. And we're going to re-glue these little goobers onto the cardboard here. Their job is not done yet. We postponed their trip to Valhalla a little longer. They're still needed here. Speaking of that,
It's
Saint,
going the trip to Valhalla.
Saint, you ever seen Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen?
Dude, of course.
Yeah, my man, my man.
Yeah.
um,
That the whole Michael Bay Transformers series is something else, man.
it truly is in a difficult to describe way. Often, it is simultaneously
Yeah.
so good and so bad at the same time.
It's so bad that it is that it's good. Like it's crazy, but it is like a perfect example of that phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Rewatching them with the the Cybertron Empire theory in mind, actually makes it a way more entertaining viewing experience too.
Now, I'm a little behind on my Transformers theories. Tell me, enlighten me. What is the Cybertron? What you said?
The Cybertron. Oh, this is a thing that it is not. It only exists because of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. Essentially, changing Optimus's character in the craziest ways, all to make him appeal more to America, in the military.
Right.
But essentially, the theory goes that Optimus Prime and the Autobots are actually we're actually rulers of a brutal empire that started on Cybertron and spanned across the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, the Roman Empire, but in space and with giant robots.
Like the
And
Saiyans or the
Optimus
Viltrumites.
was a brutal. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. And Optimus himself was just a brutal, war-hungry dictator, who, after losing everything to the Decepticons, who were the stage of rebellion, from within the Empire, is only pretending to be benevolent because he saw he saw that their straightforward, heroic tactics work to gain them support, and because they have no way of getting to the rest of their empire, Optimus is trying to get support from every living thing he sees. In the first movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a plot hole, which I'm pretty sure wasn't actually intended, but Optimus does lie about the state of Cybertron to every human who asks him about it, because they show later on in the movie that when Optimus's little hologram thing and descriptions of it are just not how Cybertron is, because of like an actual flashback thing from the perspective of the Decepticons and the thing with the Cosmic Cube, and it happens later on in just about every movie. Every description of Cybertron that Optimus gives is completely different from what every other Transformer remembers it being. Then there's the fact that Optimus is actively killing every single Decepticon all the time, despite his whole his philosophy on life, and then as well as the fact that every Autobot is also oddly just aggressively violent without reason all the time, whereas the Decepticons actually do work things out with the Autobot. There's like a 30-minute video which describe it.
I think I know exactly the video
It goes
you're
over
talking.
in crazy it goes over in crazy detail with examples as they do it, and it's crazy good. But if you read the theory or you watch it and then you just rewatch. I rewatch every single movie thinking of this with that in mind. It is insane. It actually does make the movies have a much more coherent plot.
You see, that's a valid argument. That's a valid argument. Few counterpoints. One, counterpoint number one, my goat would never.
You think?
Counterpoint two, Decepticon propaganda. I ain't falling for that shit.
Well, see, but there's also the thing in the last two movies, where they introduced what is essentially Cybertron Jesus. Their whole thing about Unicron and the Knights of the Round Table and the link and the thematic links back to Christianity, essentially taking the movie on its own just means that just says that Earth is Unicron. Surprise! That's why everything is all the Cybertronian stuff keeps happening on Earth, and again they keep being pulled back here. But with the context of all the other movies, Unicron is straight up Satan actually, and humanity is just like a weird offshoot of like a weird offshoot of species that can only grow and evolve, just on Satan's like sleeping corpse, which is why they're so messed up, and also explains every world conflict in history, and also why the Cybertronians happen to be involved in all of them.
You see, that is all very interesting. However, I am of the argument that the Transformers movies are more enjoyable the less you think about them.
Oh no, yeah, that is 100% valid.
Yeah, we don't do that media literacy shit here. This is turn your brain off action porn.
You can do that. You can do that the first. Well, actually, no. You can do that like the first 5 times you watch those movies.
They
but
lost
Saint. Adding that.
Saint. Huh? They lost all semblance of taking themselves seriously the moment they introduced King Arthur into the mix. I'm not hearing it. I am not hearing it.
I don't know, man. The King Arthur stuff adds a lot of credence to the theory, actually.
It adds nothing. They just wanted to capitalize banking out the King Arthur movie that was coming out at the time was going to lead to a King Arthur resurgence and stuff.
Oh my god, is that what that was?
I don't have evidence, but I'm fairly certain because the King Arthur movie came out that very same year in that very same time slot. I remember it because I thought that was strange when I was a kid.
That's hilarious.
Yes. So I don't know what Hollywood was cooking there.
Almost definitely correct. Exactly on that point. Damn, that's so stupid.
Yep. So stupid, I say affectionately. I've grown to love them. I've grown to love the movies, or more accurately, I've grown to love the action scenes of the movies. Well, no, not grown to. I've always loved the action scenes of the movie, and everything else that happens between those action scenes is just the price of admission I pay to get to those action scenes.
You got it just breaks. It's intermission,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's dialogue. Yeah, they're saying stuff, but you're not hearing that.
No.
You're not. Well, see, and that works in the Transformers movies, but as I've learned, that's actually how most people experience just about every movie.
Which makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
See, now hear me out here.
No.
I do think. Listen. Me personally, I think there is great value in approaching media with, a brain and a semblance of thinking about deeper things, meanings and things of that nature. English was my favorite class all throughout high school, and I had this one teacher. Their name's Undyne. They're fantastic. Basically a college professor working at a high school. They were an absolute goat, and all they had me do was write theses breaking down breaking down the meanings and reasonings behind authors and cultural things surrounding the text, all the things of that nature. And it's very insightful and very fun. Yeah, and it's the reason why I'm a half decent writer today. And what's looking for? Because they taught me to ask those kinds of questions and to think deep about those kinds of things. So I am a huge advocate for approaching media of all kinds with an observant eye, trying to understand the mind of the creator of it, what they're trying to imply, and all of that thing. I also believe that most people are stupid, and are not trying to do any of that. And in order for a piece of media to succeed, in my opinion, you have to be able to appeal to both audiences. If you appeal too much to the thinkers, you become a cult classic. If you appeal too much to the non-thinkers, you at best get some box office success, but you're often forgotten as soon as the next big thing comes around. The best pieces of media and fiction, I think, have elements of both. Something for both parties to enjoy. Now,
That's
Transformers
fair,
is a unique exception.
I think
Transformers is a unique. Let me cook. Transformers is a unique exception because I do believe the revolutionary breakthroughs they made in CG for the time that still holds up today appeal to both.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Appeal to both people who aren't looking for any deeper subtext, in the sense that it's just giant robots fighting each other and it looks awesome, and it appeals to people who are looking for something deeper, because if you really look into the nitty-gritty of how it was made, how the sausage got made in order to make all that CGI stuff happen, it is genuinely fascinating stuff.
Oh yeah, the amount of detail on every Cybertronian's body, Autobot or Decepticon, is crazy. You can if you're looking for it, you can find new stuff almost every time you rewatch it.
Downright inspired. You know how every fandom has that one piece of trivia that is effectively a copy pasta, no one shuts up about it? If it's Lord of the Rings, it's the fact that what's-his-name broke his toe when he kicked that helmet. For
Viggo Mortensen?
Thank you.
No way, I had no idea.
Yeah. Transformers is the age-old fun fact that rendering Devastator blew up a computer. Devastator.
Oh God, that's a classic.
Devastator was so absurdly detailed in geometry and all that kind of stuff that attempting to render him literally set fire to the computers that at the studio that was working on him. Now, that is partially due to the fact that the production cycle that went into designing Devastator was very bloated and inefficient, so there was a lot of unnecessary geometry and stuff like that. But still, it's really funny to think about the fact that the thing was so absurdly the power of Devastator's wrecking ball testicles was strong enough to destroy computers that were the most cutting edge machines that they had at the time. That's really funny. But I digress.
He's just that big.
Yep. Alrighty, so back on topic.
Becomes trick.
Oh
yeah.
Back on topic. So we've got the two pieces here. We got the top piece. We got the bottom piece. We've got these pieces that are going to go like on the edge of each side. We've got these two pieces that go towards the side. We got these that also go on this side, so that gives the illusion of a wrapping on all four sides. And we have this piece that when it attaches to it, it's gonna look like it's tied like ribbons and stuff like that. It's gonna look really cool once it's all done, trust me. But before we can do that, we have to paint. Oh wait, no, before we paint, there are two pieces that I don't actually have included in the template. They're primarily because they vary. The one very long, two, they look exactly the same no matter the size. It's literally just this, just longer and thicker, and I only don't have it as the on the template because it can vary in size depending on how the kind of cardboard that you use to make the sword. So sometimes it's thicker, sometimes it's thinner. Generally, I think you're just better off eyeballing it for yourself. It's literally just a long strip of just a cardboard rectangle like this, and when it's long enough, you just chop it and you're good to go. So it's not very difficult of an element to try and do yourself. You don't even need an entire long strip. Here, I'm going to show you. We're going to do it with a bunch of smaller strips here. So I'm just going to take this, just going to...
Does doing it with one long strip make it any better though, or does it not matter at all for the quality? Did you do it either way?
It certainly makes it easier, and there are benefits to it visually being a single long item, but it is not mandatory. Chances are people don't have several boxes with a lot of long pieces just lying around like I do. So it's good to know how to. A core tenet of being a boxsmith is creativity and learning to work with what you have. So these aren't good examples of what I need because I'm going to get them confused for the other thing here, but they are the proof of concept. So I'm just going to grab this and... Is this good? Oh, this will probably work. I need it a little bit thicker because I'm using the blade as a guide here. Need it about... Let me not knock into my stuff here. Gonna need it about yay thick. About there. That should do the trick. And what did I do with my... Ah, there it is. There you are. Hello, sweetheart. Let's go. Okay.
Hello, sweetheart.
Yep. Got TF2 on the brain.
Toots.
Close enough. Blink. That's about yay size. So I'm just gonna adjust for solving for X. Subtract the Y. Integers or something. Geometry. Is that enough on that side?
Stay in school, kids.
Yes.
Had to think about that one, huh?
Yeah.
Consideration.
Yep. Stay in school, kids. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, I see it.
Close enough. We'll just work with that. There. Alright. So, similar to what I was saying, we're gonna take these because they're not useful to us anymore. Just put it to the side here. And now we are going to begin painting. Pretty sure this is enough strips, so we should. Because 2.5 of that, and 2.5 of that, and a third. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, let's go paint a thing. After a word from our sponsors.
Ooh, you got sponsors?
No, I just mean to say I'm taking a quick break before we resume that.
Real.
Yeah. All right, we'll reconvene in like 5 minutes or so. See you in a second. Alrighty. Thank you for your patience, No, I did take this off for a reason. Hello, everyone. Thank you for your patience. We're now going to begin painting and everything like that. So, to start off, let's go and check out the paints that we're going to be using. So, this here is the sword.
Oh yeah, can you put the... Hold on. Can you put the stream like through your Discord camera so I can see it in real time as opposed to... Cause I'm hearing you, but I'm still seeing you on a delay.
Right, that makes perfect sense. I would love to, but I don't want my my CPU to overheat.
Ah, okay, yeah. I'll survive. Unlike your computer, if you try to blow it up. Understand it. Yo! Celebration in the chat, that's so real.
Yeah! Alrighty.
Red.
Alrighty.
Big red fans over here.
Yes, it's a great color. Alrighty.
Good color. I'm a purple guy myself.
Purple guy? God damn it.
Oh, god damn it.
That was like a dog whistle. I just heard that and all of a sudden, like a sleeper agent, I'm back in 2015. I'm back in the fucking building again.
Sent you back in time.
Oh man, that was like a sleeper agent phrase. I have the only
flashbacks.
Dude, I had a massive FNAF phase back in the day. It was primarily the game theory kind. That's actually, I think that might be how I learned about
everybody. Yeah, I was watching.
Yep.
I think I learned about them through the Majora's Mask video, but then like, yeah, I was watching those FNAF theories like religiously.
Yep.
I think I played the game all of like one time for like 3 minutes. Like, damn, I'm bored. But I watched the hell out of those videos.
See, my angle with it was a little bit different. As a kid, it did not take much to scare me. And when Five Nights at Freddy's rolled around, that damn near traumatized me as a little boy. And what I had learned, interestingly enough, is that the quickest way to overcome fear, for me personally, is overexposure. If I can build up the will and the will and mana to expose myself to what I'm scared of, eventually what scared me about it wears off. That and acquiring as much information about what scares me as possible. Because the opposite of fear is knowledge, as far as I'm concerned. Fear is an absence of knowledge. A lack of information.
That's real.
Yeah, so Five Nights at Freddy's, and part of that approach, it was consistently watching YouTubers who played it, so that's partially why I'm such a big Markiplier fan today, and learning as much as possible about it.
That's awesome.
Which is how I got into game theory. So, that's,
incredible.
Yeah. Alrighty, so, that being the case, we're gonna,
Got Boxsmith lore.
Yeah. Alrighty, so, Wado Ichimonji. Shoot. The sheath is consistently a smidge darker in color than the rest of the blade. Wish we had a better image of how it looked with the you know, it's not perfectly lore accurate, but it's good enough. We're gonna make it white with the tannish goldish pieces at the end of it. Alright, I know what I'm doing. Cool. Alright, give me a second.
Oh yeah.
Don't want paint on my nice gauntlet. Or any excess paint on the sword here. Just gonna put you over here. And the reason why I'm painting this stuff now is because I am not a painter by any stretch of the imagination. This is like the 8th thing I've ever painted in my life. Possibly. Maybe 10th. I did have an art class in pre-K. But I don't paint a lot of things. I don't.
No, that counts.
Fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. But the point I'm trying to make here is I am not great at painting. But what I am great at is making stuff. Case in point. So, my design philosophy, I mentioned this to you earlier, Saint, on how I was able to paint this, is that each individual piece that you see of this sword is painted a solid color. I hacked the need to learn how to paint good by simply painting everything a solid color and letting it look good on its own, sort of like a Lego set. I use the Lego set logic. Each
So real.
this gray piece here, this piece underneath, this black one, all gray. Just all gray. Just painted it all gray. You'll see it in the video when it fully goes up. This black piece, all black. This little piece right here, all tan. This piece right here, all tan, all tan, all tan. This piece right here, all white. You can actually see underneath the white, is that black? Did I paint inside those holes? Hell no. What I did is I took this piece and layered it on top of this piece, which is also this piece. This piece goes all the way through here. The black that you see here, same piece that you see here underneath this white piece here. That is what I'm good at. That is playing to your strengths. That is how you overcome obstacles. It's never I can't.
Hell yeah.
It's how can I. So, that being said.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's credit to my mom.
Frame. And that,
That's what my mom always told me when I was a
Hey.
kid. Anytime I said I can't, she would always tell me, it's not I can't, it's how can I. I could never say I can't in my house growing up. It's never I can't. How can I? That's the word.
that is damn good parenting.
Yes. I cannot stress enough how lucked out I am when it comes to parents. My parents are fucking S-tier parents. Alrighty. Now, I'm tremendously blessed in that sense. Alrighty. See here. We're gonna start with antique parchment. Just a few liquid dabs of that. What I like to do here is just kind of go like that, and then once more like that. That should be good enough for this. I think this is the brush I used for this, so I'm just gonna keep using that. Obviously, the consistency is going to be a little bit rougher since I didn't wash these brushes beforehand. Now, there's half of a reason why I did that. It's not purely just laziness. It's because cardboard actually does not react well to water. And that sentiment carries over to acrylic
Really?
paints. Yes, who could have guessed? And that sentiment carries over to acrylic paints. In that sense, I mean that adding water to acrylic paints when painting on cardboard leads to watery and pretty bad results. So what you want to do when painting something made of cardboard is just put the paint on there raw. And if you need to add another layer to it, you add another layer to it. But adding water muddies the final result. It's not as even looking, it's not as clean, it runs into problems. It becomes less of a, it becomes less of a, I don't know what I was going with that. Oh, I remember. It's kind of like a toothpaste almost, or like a dust that sticks to everything. More of that than like a liquid paint.
Oh, more like a gel
Sure. A gel works. So,
paste.
with this approach, this is almost dry, actually. This will be dry in like another, if I had to eyeball it, 40-50 seconds. It's not a lot of time because there's no water to evaporate. It just sticks onto the cardboard and it's just kind of good to go. If I take this pinky finger here and I just dab it right there, you see? Barely anything. We just painted that. That's the point I'm trying to make. So with that done, I can now feel comfortable saying I need another layer here, just a little bit on the edges. Just like that. And because I want it consistent, I'm gonna go from start to back too. Is that quality paint advice? Hell if I know. I'm kind of just figuring this thing out as I go. But
I mean, to me, it's obviously affecting. It's effective.
Yep. You see, I approach this with the way I approach most things, which is, I'm not much good at math, but I am very good at trial and error. If I can just raw dog a problem until a solution is found,
yeah.
I am willing to raw dog a problem until a solution is found. Fuck a formula, fuck an algorithm, fuck math, we never got along. But I can trial error. I can orc my way through just about any problem.
That's real as hell. Hey, they were just talking about Warhammer in the chat too.
Oh yes. Yes, I am a firm believer in the power of orc technology. Specifically the Warhammer definition, where if you believe in it hard enough, it eventually becomes a thing. That is so funny to me about Warhammer, how that's... I know choice things about Warhammer because I have a friend of mine who was really into it in high school. He told me about how the orcs are just funny like that, where they're low-key psychic, but they're too stupid to realize that they're psychic, so they rarely use their psychic powers to a tactical advantage, but they,
It's so good.
Yep.
They believe it's gonna work some way, and their power is just correct.
Yep.
They would totally make weapons out of cardboard.
Yeah.
Just that their weapons would actually, you know, be lethal.
In the lore, that is, in part, how my powers work. To an extent. It's an
How
easy
your
way to-
powers work?
That's correct. I have a
You know,
contract.
this explains a lot, actually.
I have a contract with the God of Cardboard. It has benefits. That's him over there. That's Louis. He's my kid. It's a warlord. It's a warlock contract. He gets a father figure, and I get a small taste of his absurd divine powers as he gets older and stronger and stuff. It's a vibe. We make it work.
How?
But yeah, I make stuff out of cardboard, and it is cardboard. But
I'm not a devil worshiper. That's just me and the homie.
Yeah. Alright, this could use another code.
Time was classic.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I forgot how fast he's going.
Well, if it was important, it'll come back to you. That's generally how it works. Alright, that looks good. Should probably wash these brushes and let them dry between filming, though. That seems like it'd be a good idea.
Oh yeah. You save yourself a lot of trouble just keeping them clean now, as opposed to trying to clean them up after the damage sets in.
Perhaps, but as Socrates famously said, fuck it, we ball.
Was that Socrates?
Probably. I don't know.
Are you sure about that one?
Might have been Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Alrighty, so that's pretty much good. I'm happy with that. So now we're gonna do this one. And the thing with this one is that we want to make sure that we account for the fact that it's supposed to be a mirror. Because eventually these are going to be put together. So when you put this together and you put this together, they're going to go together. So you want one side like this and the other side painted like that. So in this case, that's the painted side and that's the... Okay. One downside. Amazon grade cardboard is great except for these fuck ass stickers. I hate these stickers. These stickers that I hate. They are so belligerent. They are so...
Is it because...
They are impossible. They're so impossible. They don't come off easily. They get on it. They're not. Their adhesive is too good, and that's good for what they're designed for. It's a problem for me as someone who makes stuff out of art, out of cardboard boxes.
Amazon once again hindering artists.
You
What else is new?
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Alrighty, so that's good. Got rid of that.
Eat the rich, fellas.
Alrighty. So if that
Fish.
side is complete, then this side will also be complete. So that means I will paint this side now. Yes.
Police Jed do a heavy bolter.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You got damn, yeah. You got 2 requests for it too.
2 requests. That's pretty good. I would
It's not
genuinely
a necessity.
consider. I would genuinely. It won't be today, but I guarantee you, at some point, I am making that heavy bolter because I too think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Won't be today. I can't say when it will be.
And honestly, like,
gonna...
just like the general, no pun intended, boxiness of Warhammer designs, actually, would really work well with the the boxiness of your materials.
Oh, I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
More Boxsmith lore. My fortress, the cardboard castle, was built with the design philosophy of the Warhammer Titans in mind.
Hell yeah. I think it's just solid, just rule of thumb to have when you're designing a fortress of any kind.
Yep. I'm also
Except
a huge
for
fan of
pyramids.
Gurren Lagann, so the idea
Warhammer
of
pyramids are horrible.
I'm also a big fan of
Gorilla
Gurren Lagann. Oh, I'm not wearing my.
Oh,
my
Gurren.
necklace
Okay,
for it.
yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of the concept of giant robots that are effectively buildings.
Dude. Oh my god. To live in what is essentially the greatest mech suit of all time. That is also a boat, that is also your house, that is also your city, that is also your neighborhood. And then it combines with another one. Yeah, man. The only time the military industrial complex would have my full support.
If we started making gunmen. Fair enough.
Dude, like, there's a point where it's like, do we really need healthcare? Like, if you like think about it, like, God.
Birth
Yeah,
over
I'll have,
1,000.
you know,
I'll take that. I'll take that over healthcare.
dude, right? What do you need more, dental or the Daigurin? Like, come on, fellas.
See, you get it. You actually watch Gurren Lagann?
What it's all about?
Have you actually watched
Yeah.
it? Oh.
I watch Gurren Lagann.
You know, that doesn't surprise me. I don't think
Dude.
we've ever actually explicitly talked about that. Yeah, hell yeah.
Huh. I mean, yeah, it's a timeless classic. I've seen
Agreed.
every Studio Trigger anime is, but like Gurren Lagann, the head and shoulders above the rest, which is saying something.
Yes, I
Considering
completely agree.
the rest of their portfolio.
I completely agree. That note, speaking of trigger
Dude.
anime,
Gurren
Pantheon,
Lagann.
Pantheon Stalking is back. How we feel about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's right. I have not watched it. I've been so focused on reading through all the I'm trying to catch up on all the Marvel main timeline stuff after Hickman's Secret Wars. I haven't been like watching stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, that's right.
I've seen.
I need to get that.
I've seen the first 2 episodes. We are so back. It's back like it never left.
Oh, let's go.
We are so
Listen,
back.
I had faith. Studio Trigger, they don't disappoint. They
Nope.
just,
They do not miss.
god damn.
And they hit a battle, they,
They
don't
don't
miss.
miss.
And they hit a controversy, they don't miss. Yeah.
They really are just that good.
Yep.
I'm so excited for Dungeon Meshi season 2, dude.
Same.
God, dude, I want to see this. I want to see that so bad.
A friend of mine nearly threw a book at me for calling Pantheon Stalking hell of a boss for straight people.
Should have gone through with throwing that book. But Jesus.
I was
boss for straight people.
I was
crazy.
I was spared judgment for walking it back and conceding to it being hell of a boss for bi-coded people, which I will admit is less funny because Hell of a Boss is already a very bi-coded show.
Hell of a Boss is for like Tumblr by though. Like there's a very big difference in like the subculture of queer that Helva Boss is appealing to,
I don't disagree.
as opposed to Penny Stocking, which is, I mean,
See, Gurren Lagann's got something for everyone.
Phenomenal.
Sorry, not Gurren Lagann. Well, technically, yeah, too, but not really.
Yeah.
Trigger.
Gurren
I
Lagann
mean,
is straight
Trigger.
up for everybody.
Trigger has something for
Yeah.
everyone. I meant to say. Gurren Lagann, I would argue, is probably their straightest property. But for the gays, you've got Promare for one side, and you've got Kill la Kill for the other. You've got.
It's real. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dungeon Meshi.
You got Dungeon Meshi. You're absolutely right.
But also,
Dungeon Meshi is also for the autism. That's not on the LGBTQ umbrella, but Dungeon Meshi does intentionally have fantastic autism coded characters.
there's a lot of overlap.
Yes.
I've noticed.
Yeah. Alrighty. This is almost
of
done
course-
on this side here.
And there's you know, for just the, you know, the everybody, but mostly the brain dead, non-functioning, just idiots of the world.
Mm.
But also the geniuses and most highly intelligent, media literate people of all time.
Yes, of course.
Inferno Cop, the greatest masterpiece. The animation, the writing, the drama, the act. Oh, the
You see, I got confused because I thought you said Axe Cop. Oh yeah, I also want to preface.
Oh no.
I also want to preface. Any ragging I do on Helva Boss or any of the Vizzy properties comes from a place of love. I am actually a big fan of both. Of the Vizzy Pop extended universe, if you want to call it, or some shit like that. Yeah, it comes from. I don't know. Helva Boss, Has Been Hotel had me in a chokehold for like 3 months with the songs. I almost am reluctant to admit, but yeah, no, I got nothing against Vizzy shows. I rag on them from a place.
I've never actually like watched one of them.
Yeah, criticism.
I've seen clips, and I was like, you know, I'm good.
Criticism aside, they are cooking with something there. They are genuinely entertaining. Even on a bad day, they're at least. Even a bad episode has at least something going for it. It's not peak fiction, but it's not bad either. It doesn't deserve being considered like in the same ballpark as something like Velma.
Yeah, there's a very.
Yeah, that's
very different.
That's around 8 circles of hell further down there, bud.
God, man.
We talk about Hell of a Boss. We don't talk about Velma. But I digress. Yeah. We're done with these 2 pieces here. I'm thinking to myself, if I want to consistently color all of these doohickeys here, yeah, I do. All right, we're gonna do that. All these pieces here.
Just cut PVC pipe. Wow, crafter. Nice.
Awesome. Congratulations. If you did it with a hacksaw, I'd say fantastic job passing the strength check. Invest in a pipe cutter. And if you did it with a pipe cutter, fantastic on the dexterity check. Continue to use that.
Fantastic.
Okay, here we go. This is starting to get much easier.
I'm eating my bread.
Bread. Welcome to the bread bank.
No question.
We sell bread.
I won my second ever gatekeeper one.
Oh.
And now I'm deciding what to do.
Second ever what?
Gatekeeper. It's like what you call it? It's a Risk of Rain 2 inspired roguelike.
Interesting.
It's one of like the 50 to 60 like early access indie game projects that I've been following for a while.
Yeah, I know that.
They hit 1.0.
Oh, fun.
And I was like, I had like high hopes, but also I wanted to like have my expectations for Gatekeeper because it's one of those ones where it sounds super ambitious, where they're trying to get the co-op. They're trying to get they're trying to get the rampancy and freedom of risk of rain progression along with the difficulty scaling, but to do so in a properly balanced format. And I was like, if you can do this, I'm all for it.
That makes sense.
But this doesn't sound like something you could do, you know?
Right.
But I tell you what, they did.
They did.
The game's been out for like 3 days now, and I've done 3 runs, and I've won 2. And I gotta say, no, they're kind of it feels
They're
like
cooking?
they've hit the nail on the head.
They're
Yeah,
cooking?
no, they got
Sick.
the speed, like the game, the speed of progression is slowed down because, again, like just adding any level of like properly bouncing, proper bouncing will slow down things from Risk of Rain space because, dear God,
I've heard good things
unbalancedness
about
overall
Risk of
with
Rain.
Risk of Rain is what lets it, you know, move at the speed you need to in order to not get instant killed in the first place. But that actually works in its favor because there's less randomness to a build, but there's all at the same time more options you have when building, because they've added improvements to character skills alongside your weapons and individual stats beyond just health and damage. And it works very well. Like everything feels like it synergizes super smoothly.
Fascinating.
And there's no, like, at least like three runs in, I don't feel like the actual like in-game power creep is all too bad.
See, you're making me wish I liked roguelikes more.
Oh, if you don't like roguelikes, you haven't played the right ones.
You see, that's what I'm told, and I'm open to
Yeah.
trying roguelikes, I suppose. But like, you know, who's got the time and stuff?
Which ones have you ever tried?
I have tried Dead Estate because I like the Pig Titty Goth Witch, and I tried I want to try
Zed Escape?
Dead Escape. It's
Wait,
Dead Estate.
I gotta open it.
Estate.
Oh yes, okay, yeah, Dead Estate. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not immune to Big Titty Witch propaganda. That's solely the reason why I tried it. Cordelia, yes, I'm aware.
Yes.
Yeah, but I tried the game. I liked it a little bit. I got the demo for it. It was cool. It didn't really hit me like other games I've played. I'm more of I like fighting games, as you know, and I like open world-ish games like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk. Those are the 2 that I'm playing most right now. I recently got the yeah.
Say it again. Yeah, katana.
No, don't worry. I got the
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, Elden Ring. Those are bread and butters for me right now. How is asking me to do a Warhammer weapon? I told you I'm going to do a Warhammer weapon one of these days. It's not today, but one of these days. What is Albedo Online? You seem to know.
Albion. It is. Listen, any game that has online in the title is a game that is. It's a risk.
A risk of rain.
This one. Not quite. Unfortunately. Albion. It's an MMO. It's actually. It's not a bad one. I have the bias against MMO solely because of the time sink. Like the amount the time spent does not equal the actual like reward gained in a lot of them. At least a lot of the bigger ones. That from what I remember, Albion is actually one that ain't too bad for that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a heavy PvP focus.
Fascinating.
Make sure I'm correct. This is the right one. Yeah. This is a very very PvP focused one.
Fascinating.
Yes, I remember a lot of I don't know. I've heard game or if I prefer like for competitive games to be RPG, to have a distinct lack of RPG systems like leveling and whatnot.
That makes sense.
Unless you're gonna regulate them in ways that MMOs outside of stuff like Black Desert do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's free to play and it is worth a try.
Fair enough.
You never know.
I'll put on the list of games I say.
Advocating for it.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list of games I say I'm going to try, but realistically I'm not going to until the heat death of the universe occurs. It's a long list. But as I was saying, roguelikes. Yeah, Dead Estate, I tried that one. It's pretty good. Cult of the Lamb is interesting. I've considered trying that. I've watched playthroughs of it, and I really enjoyed watching those. They were enjoyable.
Those are Cult of the Lamb is really good, but honestly, if you haven't played, like, if Dead Estate is the only roguelike you played, I'd say you'd want to start with like one of the ones of all time, you know. To kind of say you start with one that does the concept to the very utmost, because Cult of the Lamb is a hybrid game. It's a mix of what's the word? It's a mix of a town sim and a roguelike.
That probably explains my draw to it, because I do like a good town sim.
Yeah, that makes sense as a creator, of making stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, it does that, and it does do both things very well. But because of how it is, because it's a mix of both. It doesn't take the roguelike systems as all the way.
It's a jack of multiple trades, master of none.
No,
it does.
No, I think it masters some things, but I don't think it would get you to be like, yeah, I like roguelikes. I think Cult of the Lamb will make you like Cult of the Lamb. It won't make you like roguelikes. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. All right, we've got all the pieces here painted, and now it's time to properly assemble everything. So we're gonna have fun with that. Where is my hot glue gun, honey?
Have you seen or played Hades?
I've heard. I have not played Hades. Hades is. You see, it's very strange. I've heard good things about it. Wildfire plays Hades. He used to play it on stream sometimes. He's a big fan of it.
Real.
Yeah. So we're gonna wait for the hot glue gun to charge up. I've got nothing against Hades. Hades just doesn't have much of anything that really draws me to it. If that makes sense.
Really? No, you got no attachment to Greek mythology?
You see, it's funny that you mentioned that, because your boy grew up on Percy Jackson. Proud.
You grew up on Percy Jackson, and Hades has nothing.
Proud associate of Camp Half-Blood, right here.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta represent. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hades has Greek mythology, and Greek mythology is really cool. To an extent. But as the game itself is, it just doesn't have much that really draws me into it. Outside of, like, you know... Actually, no, not really.
Okay.
I think it's a cool game.
Okay.
I think it's a really cool game. I just don't really think it's my cup of tea, per se. I think I'd play it. I do like one or two runs and be like, yeah, that was fun, and then move on to something else. I don't see myself like trying to get all the way to the end to try to get like the true ending and stuff like that.
Okay, since you talk about open world and whatnot, have you played Risk of Rain 2?
I have not. I actually know shockingly little about Risk of Rain, other than the name and that it's a roguelike and that I think the music's amazing. I might be confusing it with Theory.
No. You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
Free music is also amazing, but Risk of Rain 2 music is also amazing. But you just don't know.
I'm willing to believe
You
that.
just don't know.
I'm willing to believe that.
Risk of Rain 2 is a masterclass. It is a actual like it is one of those like one of a kind, just like probably never gonna be done this good ever again ever type games. You know what I mean?
Well, that's high praise.
Oh, you have no idea. Especially I'm a bit of a harsh critic when it comes to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But I like a lot of things. I've developed specific tastes. I know what I like. I know what's good. It's me. But Risk of Rain 2 is like that. That's a top 10 game ever.
High praise.
Risk of Rain 2 is built on a system that where instead of selecting your difficulty, the difficulty is almost purely decided based on how long you are alive.
Interesting.
It starts you on easy.
Every copy is
and then it has a sliding. There is an ever ongoing timer on your screen that is a sliding bar, and it crosses. It goes from easy to medium to hard to crazy or something like that. To hard to impossible, and then it starts getting personal. Because once you pass that 30-minute mark, the game starts. It's like Left 4 Dead. It's managed by a director. And so once you pass about 30 minutes, the director really kicks in and starts making and the game starts adapting itself to you.
Interesting. Got a question.
And so the difficulty goes from
How has asked me if I've ever played
impossible to I see you.
Interesting.
Wait, you see Warframe?
No. How has asked me if I've ever played Warhammer. Have I played War? No, I've not. I've been told about Warhammer. I've got a good buddy from high school who's really into Warhammer. I'm trying to think if we ever played a game together, if I just like looked at his miniature collection, or if he told me about the lore or something like that. No, come to think of it, I don't think we've ever actually played a proper... We almost did one time when I was at his house. But, something came up or something like that. I don't remember what specifically, but, I don't think I have actually played Warhammer in any capacity, video game or tabletop. But no, I have great respect for it. I think it's a great, I was indoctrinated sort of into Warhammer again by that friend, so I know, like, select things about it, but I'm not, like, I haven't, like, fully, like, jumped into the warp, I guess you want to call it. I love waiting for my hockey.
Warhammer's definitely worth getting into.
Yeah, you see, I know myself, and I know if I start collecting shit, I'm gonna put myself in like college level debt. So
yeah,
that, and I know it's circumvented by.
I don't do it.
Fair enough. I know such a thing can be circumvented by 3D printing, which is what my buddy does. He's a wizard with 3D printing and stuff like that. He's also an amazing painter for miniatures and stuff like that. So he's very much good with that kind of thing. He's got an impressive collection. He paints them all. He gets a bunch of them via 3D printing. He's John Warhammer as far as I'm concerned. He's great at it.
John Warhammer.
Yeah. Me personally, I don't. If I'd get into it, I would buy shit, and if I buy shit, I want to buy the expensive shit. I want to, I looked into how much a model for the Titans cost, and it was something like the price of a used car, and I was like, okay.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. How says you play the orcs? You love orcs. Orcs are alright in my book. Really? I really dig the orcs. They are a really fun faction. book
You can also,
technology.
one thing you can do for free is get the books for Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, you pay for those too, but there are ways to get it for free that I won't.
It is so
describe in
funny.
detail on the stream.
Piracy is great, kids. Remember that. I was about to respond to that. I was about, hand to God, I was about to say I don't read much, but then I just heard the Uncle Ruckus theme in my head instantly and decided not to. So allow me to rephrase and or clarify.
Mm-hmm.
I don't read novels that much these days. Most of the literature I read is like life improvement literature. Like I recently reread The Art of War.
Self-help books.
Unironically, like most of the fiction I read mostly comes from AO3.net. I don't
Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Is that coming? Okay. So you gotta be careful by reading like primarily just self-help stuff, because that is slippery. That's a slippery slope.
Oh my God, yes it
if
is.
you take a wrong turn, yeah.
Believe me, I am aware. That's why as a rule I stick to my rule of thumb with like anything related to like advice or help when it comes to books or things like that, is that at the end of the day, if it's a book that I buy, it exists to make a profit in some variety, which typically means even if they give me some pieces of the puzzle, they are inclined to not give me the whole truth so that I continue to engage with them as a business. That's just how capitalism works. And I'm like, cool. The
self-improvement market is a wild thing.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm just like, cool. Game is game. It's not great per se, but I'm not particularly inclined to do anything to change anything like that. I'm just aware of it that it's a game. Game is game. So what I have learned is that
game is game. So God.
What I mean.
Wow.
What I mean is that.
No, go on, you got it.
Fair enough. Game is not game. No. What I mean is that is just the game and how the game is played, and I don't really, I don't really feel one way or the other about that being the game is how the game is played, because it's just that's just how the game is played. I understand the rules of engagement, and that's just like, well, that just is what it is from my personal perspective. But
that's just how it is.
Yes, exactly. It is what it is. That's what I mean. It is what it is. But what I was saying is there are, especially in like when you read like some of the older texts, there are patterns that you can find. There are fundamentals, like we talked about art earlier. How we said in art, even in different practices, there are patterns and things that overlap with it. So that even if you work with different mediums of art, there are concepts of it that are shared with other things. So even if you're not particularly proficient with one thing,
there are skills you can learn that are applicable
precisely
to other mediums.
Precisely, skills and fundamentals. Advice and help books are the same way. And the more I detect the patterns of those fundamentals, the more safe I feel indulging in that book's advice. Prime example. Stock market is a massive clusterfuck. It always has been. But I am a big fan of the book called Let's Go Gambling. But I am a big fan of the Total Investor's Guide by, what's his name? I got the book over here. Let's not get paint on it. The Total Investor's Guide by Benjamin Graham, right? Because Benjamin Graham's philosophy effectively centered around playing the long game when it came to stocks and stuff like that. Stocks are a very fickle thing and are very much determined on the fickleness of the human mind. Things that are trending, they become trending, and then all of a sudden they lose the bulk of their value. Things that are undervalued, you don't really know if they're going to become the craziest new thing, but there are small underlying fundamentals and concepts that you can understand and recognize, and finding how to effectively min-max those smaller things versus trying to bet all or nothing on really big things is the crux of his teachings. And I found that to be very useful advice, not just for potentially investing in the stock market, things like that, but just any sort of endeavor that could hold tremendous risk and things like that. I think it's valuable information to come with that kind of mindset. Anything that's a trend, anything that's a dramatic risk, like case in point, YouTube and stuff like that. In the world of YouTube, there are always trends and this and that on how to game the algorithm, how to get this many views quick, fast, and in a hurry, how to get all the subscribers, how to get all of the perks and sponsorships and things like that. And those videos and advice things all have a semblance of the full truth and picture, but they're often, what's I'm looking for? They're often selective and very, very susceptible. I think the word I'm looking for is they're often very the context is everything. The context surrounding them is everything. Mm-hmm. Sometimes just because a strategy worked 10 years ago does not mean that it's going to work today. Simply because there are factors in play from 10 years ago.
Tell that to Congress.
Yeah. Simply because there are factors that were in play 10 years ago that aren't the case in the present day. That being the case, if you're smart and are good at recognizing patterns, sort of like how the seasons come in turn, there are seasons in life in a cosmic sense, I believe, as well. And if you get good at recognizing those kind of patterns and stuff like that, you can, what's I'm looking for, capitalize them somewhat consistently and reliably. So those trends and stuff like that are very useful, but I think it's more valuable to try and find to understand the bigger picture on why such trends occur and how to, what's I'm looking for, utilize them to your advantage and things of that nature. It's going to take considerably longer and lead to considerably more micro failures than effectively just hitting it big on a jackpot, but I think that's the way that it should be. True stuff that lasts is practiced and refined, and if you don't have it in you to learn and respect the art of practice and refinement, you, in my opinion, don't have, I don't want to say the right, but you haven't earned the, whatever wealth you may gain through gambling, you're susceptible to lose just as quickly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Do the same methods at that.
Exactly.
You're saying you need consistency to have anything that is going to last, and gambling by its very nature does not reward or encourage consistency in any way, shape, or form.
Not that it doesn't reward, because investing in any case is gambling. It's just there is
it is.
All gambling is investing.
I used to work in the gambling industry, and I came across plenty of guys who were who lived as day traders, and some guys who actually did they were straight up like Wall Street brokers and whatnot.
Fascinating.
It is the industries work off of the same, it is the same methodology and fundamentals. The stock market is it is gambling in just about every sense of the word.
All investing is gambling, but not all gambling is investing.
Yes.
That's the way I put it.
That actually sums it up perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Alright, looks like I'm gonna need one more piece like this. That's fine. I think I may or may not have cut it out already, but I may need to cut it out again. We're just gonna say, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have a fifth. Where's number 5? Codename Kids Next Door.
I gotta go in a minute. I promised I'd be on for some grapple matches.
Oh wow. Well, have fun.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think you'd be streaming this long.
I didn't either, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Fun to be here though.
Yeah, it's been great having you.
You know, I like Shaka Time. I just got the message like, yo, I'm on. Well, that's right.
All right, you have fun with that. We're almost done here. We just got to finish up.
Oh yeah. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Till next time.
Love meeting all you lovely fellas on the stream today. You should definitely get to work on that Warhammer piece for Hal.
I should, yeah.
The man is clamoring for it.
Mm-hmm.
Very real.
It'll certainly happen. I can guarantee you that. All right. You be good, Saint. Till we talk again.
You do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Saint Farslash. Good friend of mine. Glad you all got to meet him. We're just about done wrapping up here. We're just going to wait for this little bit guy to dry. Maybe add another layer to him. But soon, we're going to add this on top of here. And that's going to be fine and dandy. In a second, though, I'm going to need to wash my hands. Might be a good idea. These last two pieces here, we've got these two. We've got these two. These two are going to go somewhere close to the front over here. Then these other two are going to go underneath it right there. This is nearly dry. I could probably use another layer. How asks, I'm a YouTube. I get 49 sub. Not very good at. Can you help? I can help you play Warhammer. Oh, fun. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. I'm not really sure how per se, but yeah, no, I'd be down to learn Warhammer. I think I really like the. I think I'd like playing as the orcs. I really mess with the orcs and like mentality, things like that. I think I'd enjoy playing the class as well. But as for being a YouTuber, keep at it. The thing that kills most YouTube careers is giving up. You gotta be a special type of insane to keep doing this. Consistently, despite doubt, despite obligations, despite energy levels. But, yeah. Keep at it. Pay attention to your analytics. That's something that I had to learn very, very late into the game. But, micro adjust to what your audience is looking for and what they want to see. 49 people in your audience, that's really good. Start reading those comments. See what they're asking for. See what they like. See what they're looking for. If they leave comments. Encourage them to leave comments. Small things like that. You're not giving up. Good. That's good. Good. Yeah. Don't give up. Keep at it. Eventually, things start to make sense. I promise. I promise. Alright, then. We're just about done here. My goofy ass self is getting a tad bit impatient with it. But, it's coming along. That should be the last layer for that. I'm tempted. I got a bowl of gummy bears behind me. I want to eat them, but I can't really do that with these kind of fingers. That works. Xander plays his How's My Day? My day's been good. Thank you for asking. Did some grocery shopping. Spoke with my student. Prep for the stream. It's the vibe. How about you? How's your day been? Good gummy bears. Delicious. Alright, this is about done. Feel comfortable gluing it. Little paint on the side. We're not going to worry about that. Yay. Look at that. Your day was good? Nice. Very nice. Alright. All those pieces are now glued into place. Just gonna wait for that bit to dry a little bit more. Note to self, don't do that. That's how you get cardboard paper cuts. Yes, those are a thing. You can get paper cuts from cardboard. They are very, very uncomfortable. They're like paper cuts, but worse because they're bigger, but it's the same principle. Just get hit with a random crit by cardboard. Similar way you get a random crit by paper. Let's say you get paper cuts, similar process. A random crit where you just finger glides against the cardboard just wrong, and there you go. Now you have now you're in pain, and your afternoon is less good. Okay. Those are gonna go about right there-ish. Something like that. Something like that. Let's glue this piece on. See if that's ready. Yeah, that'll do. Ow! Frick! Fuck! God damn it! Ah! I was doing so good. Ah. Alrighty. Weeball. Weeball. Let's glue that on. Make sure that stays nice and in place. Might have to glue it on a little more in a bit, but this will be good to start. How do I like TF2? Also chill, bro. Hey, you get burned with hot glue and then you try being chill, alright? How about that? Do I play TF2? Yes, I do. Not as much as I used to, but I certainly do. Fun game. I mean, heavy usually. Occasionally medic. I've been trying to get into engineer more. Starting to understand the, I've always understood the appeal of the class, but like, starting to enjoy actually, starting to enjoy actually playing it more. One of these days I want to make a sentry gun. A friend of mine had a great idea for it, where, he said, take one of those oscillating fans, take the top off so it's just, or take the fan part off so it's just the spinning part, and build a sentry around that so it actually, like, you know, turns back and forth. I think that'd be really cool, honestly. Certainly going to do that one of these days. Alright, let's get this in. Let's turn it around. Yeah, just like that. Stick. I'm just gonna push that a bit further out. that. Hold it there so it dries. And are we good? We're goodish. I could just chop that off if it doesn't serve me. Alright, we've got the main piece all together, things like that. Let's see if it fits. Test fit. Success. Look at that. It fit. How about that? Look at me go. Alrighty, let's add a couple more bits and bobs. Then we can call it a night. Trim this down. Yeah, good enough. Alright, where was I? This goes down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's about good enough. About here. Flip it over to this side. There. One more. Goes right there. And last but certainly not least, this one over here. Yeah, that's good. Goes on all 4 of the sides. Yo, is it muck time? Yeah, muck. Your cousin's name is Jebediah, but you call them Jeb. Nice. Alright. I missed this, so let me go. Add that back. 1 and 2. Or I can just take this and... yeah, I'll just do that. I like that better anyway. It's 1 and 2. Where's the other one? Here it is. I can wait for that to dry. Have you play muck? I don't know what muck is. The only muck I'm familiar with is the dump truck from Bob the Builder back in the day, but I doubt that's what you're referring to. Yep, those 2 pieces go there. Just like so. Excellent. looks good. These two should be done drying by now. So let's put that there. Then when it fully solidifies and dries, we'll glue it on. Like so. It's a game, one of the beat games, and is muck. Interesting. Tell me more about this muck. I am intrigued by it. Damn it. There we go. I am genuinely unable to tell if this muck thing is a real thing or if you're just doing a bit with me. Either way, I am entertained. Alrighty. Ta-da! Like that. It is finished. And now we take this, the sword. Ugh. Watch the camera, watch the light. Yeah. Oh, it's a game by Danny, a YouTuber. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out after stream. Alrighty. And look at that. We have ourselves a fully complete sword and sheath for the Wado Ichimonji. Let's see how it looks. Put it on the wrong side. It's alright, so these can fix. Just do that, and then splendid. Okay. Okay, now with that done, had to fix that real quick. Now it's on the correct side. This is important because I draw my sword from this side, so I have to make sure that's correct so I can use the thing properly. Now, as I was saying, that's it. Wado Ichimonji from One Piece. Fully assembled out of cardboard. Dang, that's cool. Yep. Looky there. I could probably stand to adjust the length of the sheath, but aside from that, I'm pretty happy with it. It's good. Very good. Looks just like the thing. Let's see if I can hit the Kagurabachi. Look at my gauntlet. Use that for the thumbnail. I do have to make thumbnails now. That's how it works. Switch that. When I hit that Kagurabachi, I'm just at right distance. I can't see shit. Unfortunately. I got options. Alrighty, well. Alrighty. Thank you all for tuning in as we made this. I, for one, am very proud of how it turned out. Shout out to St. Farslash for helping me with doing the stream. Could not have done without him. Yeah. Let me ask these last few questions from Muck. Do I cosplay? I mean, kinda. That's half of the crux of what I do here. But yeah. Thank you for sticking around, everyone. This will be a proper collection of videos eventually when I get when I get to editing and everything like that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Drink lots of water and happy crafting. I'll see you in the next one. Jeb out.